Shabbat Shalom, brethren. This is part 2 of Yahushua, the Black Messiah. I encourage you all to get this book. This book, Yahushua, the Black Messiah, details Yahushua's ethnicity, who he was, and why his color wasn't what people have maintained today as white Caucasian. You can also get to this book, which also describes Yahushua's ancestry, the family around him, Beit Yahushua, son of Zadok, the son of Dawood. In this, it details the various disciples of Yahushua, the families of Yahushua, who they were. I even go into detail who Nicodemus was. I tell you who Joseph of Arimathea was. I tell you who Luke was, which is portrayed as a Gentile by the ignorant Christian world. Luke was not a Gentile. He's a Hebrew Israelite. I detail it in this book. This is a must-have resource. And on top of this, this is a bombshell. This Bible will radically change your understanding of scriptures. This will make not only scriptures enjoyable to read, but this will teach you many things that you did not know and that you questioned, but you didn't have the answers. The pastors couldn't give you the answers. The bishops couldn't give you the answers. Now, Rabbi Simon gives you the answers. Get this Bible. This details peoples, lands, genealogies, who they are, who they were, Bible prophecy. This details many things. This is an excellent study Bible, Hebraic roots. This is the best out there that you can buy. This is money well spent for your studies. With this, you can not only defend your faith, but you can reveal your faith to many people. So brothers and sisters, I encourage you to purchase this from my website, www.abrahamic-faith.com. The address will be given at the end. I also, before I begin, I want to say that if, as many people have made inquiries in my last video, where I have my fellowship, so they can come and fellowship with me and learn from me, I have my fellowship in London. If you ring me, the contact numbers at the end of this program, you can find out exactly, and I will tell you where we fellowship in London on the Sabbath, and then you can attend that fellowship and you can learn more, and that is a Torah-based fellowship, what you need. So brothers, today we're going to look at Yahushua the Black Messiah. My attention is going to take you to the center of the Bible. When I say center of the Bible, I'm not talking about the New Testament, I'm not talking about the prophets, I'm talking about the heart of the Bible. The heart of the Bible is the Torah. Without the Torah, without the foundation, there is no Bible. There is no scriptures. If you ripped my heart out, there would be no Rabbi Simon left. And that's what unfortunately many Christian denominations have done. They've ripped the heart out of the Bible and said that we don't want to keep the Torah. Yet I'm going to show you right now that this was Yahushua's central message. If we go over to the board, and I described that how the Hebrew Israelites have come from were taken into the African continent, and then they are going to be brought back from the African continent, as per my other video, Hebrew Israelites Part 1, Part 2, which you can look at YouTube. Now, I'm going to focus your attention here on Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 18. I will raise up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto you, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak them all that I shall command him. We know, brothers and sisters, that Moses wrote this prophecy down in the Torah, in the 5th book of Moses. We know that the Muslims use this book, and they say that this is about Muhammad, the prophet of Islam. But notice that it does not pertain to Islam. Look what it says. I will raise up a prophet from among their brethren. Hebrew Israelites were black people. They were dark-skinned people. The continent of Africa, which Israel was a part of down here, this continent of Africa, including this red dot here where Israel is, this was all part of Africa. Africa did not have white people like Europeans. However, Africa did have albinos. Albinos are people who are born from black parents and are white, but they are not white Europeans still, they are Africans, okay? They could still have African style hair, but they could be having white skin. So when we look at this prophecy, we know, examining this prophecy, that this fits with Yahushua, Jesus of Nazareth in the Bible. It says very clearly, I will raise up a prophet from among their brethren, like you, like unto you. Who is the you? Who is doing the speech? Who is receiving it? Who is writing it? The speech has been done by Yahweh Elohim, our Father in heaven, who gave the Bible through his son Yahushua to Moses, Moshe, Musa in fact, his name, Egyptian name. And Moses then writes this down, and it says he'll be like you. He will not just like you, that he will speak like you, he will preach the law, he will preach the Torah, the law of Yahweh Elohim. If that man does not preach the law of Yahweh Elohim, he is a false prophet. Did Muhammad do that? Did he preach the law of Yahweh Elohim? Did he tell you to keep kosher? Parts of the time he did, but not all the time. He said you can eat camel. Camel is an unclean animal. Did he tell you to keep the Sabbath on the Friday night to Saturday sunset? No, he didn't. Did he tell you that you can keep ritual purity? No, he didn't. He didn't know anything about these things. These things are written off in the Bible, in the Torah, in the prophets, even in the renewed covenant. So brothers and sisters, Yahushua has to be like Moses. Well, let's find out Moses' identity. Born in North Africa. Born in Egypt, North Africa, note. A black man. Moses was dark-skinned. When he had the encounter with Yahweh, and Yahweh saw him, and Moses saw the burning bush, then Yahweh told Moses to put your hand in your bosom. Moses put his hand in his bosom, his black hand, he takes his hand out, it's white, like snow. That's what the Bible say. Well, if Moses was already white, as in the famous Ten Commandments movie, falsely depicted, then how did would the white turning white have any great difference? No, because white will remain white. Moses will say, what is this? My hand was white when I took it, my hand is white when I took it out. It hasn't changed. It would be no miracle. Moses was black, he was dark-skinned. When he put his hand in and he took it out, he saw the white skin. Like leprosy. Leprosy in the Bible is described as white. White, my friends, is a sign of judgment. Don't mistake it. Don't mistake it for beauty. A lot of people today run after beauty with the white color. In the Bible is described as a sign of judgment. When Yahweh gave people judgment, sometimes he made them leprous. White. So coming back, if Moses is black, as he was, then what about Yahushua, a prophet like you? And he will teach like you. Well, if Moses is a lawgiver, and Yahweh is saying, I will put my words, what is my words idiom for? My Torah, I will put in his mouth, and he shall speak to you all that I shall command. Did he say that he will speak to you only the New Testament? No. Did he say to you that he will only speak the prophets? No. All that I command him, all is everything that was written in the Bible before he came. There was no New Testament in Yahushua's day. He did not carry the book of Matthew in his hands. He saw the person face to face. He spoke the Torah. He commanded his disciples to keep the Torah. Yet today, Christianity refuses to keep the Torah. Then are they following the prophet like Moses, who was a black, who taught the Torah? The answer is no. So we must go back to Yahushua's words. Yahushua's words were in John chapter 8 verse 31. He says that if you abide in my word is an idiomatic expression for Torah keeping. If you abide in my word, then you are my disciples indeed. So in order to become a disciple who understands Torah, who understands ritual purity, who understands the various laws of clean and uncleanness, what food to eat, what food not to eat, that is a disciple, my friends. And that who does not is not a disciple. So if you've been living a Christian life and not been doing those things, I'm afraid you do not qualify as a disciple. In order to be a disciple, he said, the truth What is the truth? Idiomatic expression for Torah. I detailed that in the Bible that I've translated. The truth is an idiomatic expression for Torah. The truth will set you free. Well, Torah sets you free from all evils. It will show you what is sin. It will show you where righteousness is. Torah is life, because Torah came out of the mouth of Yahweh. It is life, if you understand what I'm saying. So my friends, if we go back here, if Yahushua did not speak the Torah, did not speak the words that Moses spoke, he's a false prophet. The church today has built up this false prophet, a white Caucasian man, dressed as Yahushua. He doesn't even look like him. Blondie, blue eyes. He is not the real Messiah. He tells you that you can break the Torah. You can do away with the law of Yahweh. That is a description of the false Messiah. We must correct that mistake that was made by many church fathers. We must go back to the first century and reread the message, reread the history, and realize that the Nazarene disciples kept the Torah. They were Torah obedient. So my friends, Yahushua indeed is the real Messiah, but I'm going to tell you that he is not what the church has described all these years. I'm going to prove to you more than this. I'm not just going to say the words, I'm going to prove it. I don't want to make this program too long, but this proof is important. I'm going to show you how the Roman Catholics, from the very early start, unfortunately corrupted the faith. I'm going to show you a picture that will speak for itself. I want my cameraman to focus on the picture. Who do you see? Pope John Paul II. He died in 2005. This is the man in his own life. He's looking at the black Miriam and black Yahushua. See in the picture, black Yahushua? See black Miriam? He is worshipping that woman. He is worshipping this baby. Yet these same people in the 15th century, they decided to eradicate all the black paintings that were before hand painted of the mother and the son and remove them with white paintings. And you were deceived to believing that Yahushua is a white man. Yahushua is not a white man. This is the biggest deception that was folded upon the world. And you all bought it hook, line and sinker. At least majority of you did. But today, that deception will no longer remain. Today you will know that this is it. This man, even John Paul, Pope II, was worshipping the black Miriam. Because you know, Catholics, they worship Mary. Did you know that they bow to Mary, they kiss her, they recite Hail Marys every day? Well, this man certainly revered Mary and Yahushua, the black Messiah. He did not stand before a white baby. He did not stand before white Miriam. This is proof that the Roman Catholics in the 15th century had all the paintings repainted. If you go to Ethiopia today, you will find black Miriam's painting there. You will even find black Miriam's painting in many churches in France and other areas. But I will perhaps come to that another time. Right now, I think it is enough for you to absorb Yahushua, our master, our king, not just was, is a black man. Yahweh revealed him as a black man. He is described in the book of Revelation, chapter 1, as a bronze figure. Bronze figure only applies to people of color. I'd like to thank you. If you want to join me in fellowship in London, I will give my telephone number at the end. May Yahweh bless you. Have a safe Sabbath. Shalom, shalom to you, brothers and sisters.